Good afternoon, curling fans, and welcome to the Everest Canadian Curling Club Championships. I am live from the Ottawa Hunt Club in Ottawa, Ontario. Today we are featuring a men's game with Team Quebec taking on Team Yukon. My name is Peter Stesky. I am your host. Got a good game here today. The Quebec team comes in as one of the pre-tournament favorites, in my opinion. They're 2-1. They open with a loss to Ontario. Ontario, one of the stronger teams in the event so far, but they rebounded with victories over Nunavut and Saskatchewan. And the Yukon come in with a record of 1-2 losses to Ontario and Saskatchewan, but they defeated Nunavut.
Switch.
They open with the hammer. We'll meet Team Quebec first. Leadstone, Daniel Elie. Second, Marc Dugas. Third, Danny Deschamps, and their skip, Philippe Menard. Their fifth player is Simon Deveau. Sorry about my French accent, it's not ideal, and I think the guys were busting my chops before the game when they're trying to tell me how to pronounce the names properly. Hopefully they weren't playing games with me. And Team Yukon playing out of the White Horse Curling Club. Their lead, Ray Mickelson. Second, Jamie Steeves. Third, Brandon Hagen. And their skip, Dustin Mickelson. Good start to the game. Nice little tight center by Quebec. Come around the stone. Good draw by Ray with the out turn. I'd be tempted to play the short little run back, but these guys are better than I am, so they can see about 3/4, little less than 3/4 of the stone. Daniel's going to chase it, sort of hack weights. This is Team Headband, featuring the headbands. That's a great start to the game. Two very nice shots out of Daniel. Ray Mickelson, not originally on the team. He was called in to spare when one of the players at home, expecting a child, decided to stay home. This is Ray's second appearance at the Everest Canadian Curling Club Championships, and this one has a lot of curling to do.
Peace? No. Doesn't come back.
So a miscue there allows Quebec the opportunity to try to apply some pressure early in this game. Everybody on Quebec, this is their first appearance at the Nationals here at the Everest Curling Club Championship. Like I said, they're going to be a team. They're very tough to beat. Philippe has played a lot on tour. His brother Jean-Michel Menard, 2006 Brier champion out of Quebec, just picked up a mixed national title. One of the nicer guys you'll ever run into in the game. That one just over curled and actually ends up in a fairly poor spot. Double opportunity now for second, Jamie Steeves. He was originally lead on the team. They bumped him up to second. This is his first appearance at the Nationals. Favorite sports team, Toronto Maple Leafs. I can't get on board with him with that. My favorite team is anyone who's playing the Leafs. And I live in Toronto, so I'm very popular in the city. This one just a hair wide again. Just barely missed the back one, able to kill. But the key is he stuck around. I think this is a rock that Philippe will probably hit with his second stone, Marc Dugas. I can get more on board with the hockey team that all these Quebec guys, 3 out of the 4 of them, their favorite team is the Montreal Canadiens. That's something I can definitely get behind. Would have liked to roll on there, but still a very good shot. Able to kill that stone.
Yeah. Just board, wait. Board, yep.
Like the weight call here. We saw in our last game Randy Furby, and I'm surprised Randy picked up on it because Randy's in his early 60s now, and let's be honest, his vision's starting to fail him, but he really picked up on how straight it can be coming off of the center line here. There are a few misses wide in our last game, so see if the guys are able to pick up on it. They've called for quiet weight here.
Curl. Okay. Go the other way. Line. Ah, that's pretty missed it.
Nice adjustment. They actually tried. They were going to try to roll behind the tight guard. They saw it hanging, tried to switch it up.
Yeah.
Still a good shot. Nice situation, actually, with two corners. The 4-foot is very accessible for the Yukon, so downside is both of the tight guards are they belong to Quebec, so tell you what, that's a serious scrub there. If I had someone like that sweeping for me, I might have extended my curling career a bit. Serious brush there. I think that's Danny working the broom. Able to just hold on for a biter, but no delay here. Dustin is going to have Brandon play the out-turn draw. Try to sink one in here with the hammer. Get this buried.
Real positive, guys. Have a look. Yep. Hard, guys. Hard line. Hard. Come on, you guys.
Actually, it was Mark, the guy working the brush on that last one.
Roll it in.
Some serious speed with the sweeping. This one just a hair light and tight. It ends up in a good spot, though. It's a usable stone, way better than being deep. An aggressive call here by Philippe.
Sorry, guys, I'm not trying to kill you.
If they bury this one, pretty short run back available for the Yukon.
I got a 22. I got 411.
Wish Randy was here with me. I want to ask him how many times he curled out there in a headband. I think he'd look good with that. That one hung a bit. The weight was actually perfect. That would have been just in front of the tee line. Maybe a hair too much ice. Able to split two rocks on, though. Quebec lies 3. None of them are really danger rocks. They're all just barely biting the 12th. Pretty easy double accessible here for Brandon. This is Brandon's second time at the Everest Curling Club Championship. Trying to carve this over. Potential triple, but the key is you got to hit the top one first.
Whoa. Good shot.
Just missed the back one. Very good shot, though. Able to kill both. Spills in, 4-shot rock. Philippe going to play the hit and roll. He's got 2 rocks to roll behind. Philippe, a very similar personality to his brother, if not even more outgoing. Absolute gentleman, great player. He's been around the game a long time. Going to use his lefty in turn here, see if he can get some curl, get this behind the guard. Don't think so, though. So a chance now for Dustin. He'll be throwing his out turn. He's definitely tightened up the ice here. A good opportunity to sink one in here with the roll. We've seen quite a few rocks come down this path.
Control, right? Control. Super straight.
We have another great crowd here at the Ottawa Hunt Club. There's been capacity crowds all week. I think people are excited to be back live curling, able to sit in the stands. It's been quite a break due to COVID, but I'll tell you what, the Ottawa Hunt Club's done a great job with Curling Canada and Everest this week. Players have been treated like world champions, very elite level club players here. It's just been an outstanding event. It's my first time ever coming. His weight was just nice enough. He didn't get the roll behind the guard, but actually that's probably the second best thing. This makes the roll for Philippe very difficult to get all the way underneath. Philippe actually might have to make sure he rolls inside just a hair here. There might be a blank available. Definitely can't afford to hit this high side.
Same weight?
Okay. Go fit.
So final stone in the first end for Quebec skip. Philippe Marnard looking for the in-turn hit and roll in. It's a very nice shot.
Good shot.
Had to cross the face there. Nice weight control and good brushing by the guys. He rolled in far enough. The nose hit is available here for Dustin. Good end by both teams. A lot of made shots. Quebec will be happy with the force, and Yukon would be probably happy to put a point up on the board. Our game tonight at 7:30, we have the 3-time Canadian champion, 11-time Grand Slam champion, Emma Miskew, joining me in the booth for commentary. Sort of slid a little wide on this one and just come down to what kind of weight he's throwing. Looks good though. Good scrub at the end. Put a single up on the board, end of one. Yukon leading Quebec 1-0. We'll be back for the second end. Quebec with the hammer. Update you on our other games in progress. Team BC has the hammer in the second. They're trailing the Northwest Territories 1-0. Ladies game, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, they blanked the first. PI men scored a single in the first against Alberta. The Yukon ladies scored a single in the first against Ontario. And they're still playing the first end in the Nunavut, Saskatchewan first end. They haven't quite completed it yet. So one end in the books. Pretty well played first end. Both teams very decisive. They know what they want to do. Not wasting a ton of time.
That's good. Thanks.
Ray told me he had to be convinced to come here and play. He's replacing Robert McKinnon, I believe. This is his second time, but he hadn't planned on coming, but the boys were a man short. And it's hard to find a spare because if they do, they give up their eligibility for a year. So we decided to jump on the plane, come to Ottawa, and he is extremely happy that he has. He said this is a very different experience than his first curling club championship. He just loves what Everest has done to elevate this event. A shout out to Randy, as much as I bust Randy's chops. Randy and the team at Everest have done an amazing job, led by Mark. really make this a player-focused event. It's more of an experience than it is a bonspiel or a tournament. So hopefully the event will continue to grow across the country.
No, top 12. 3. Hey, got a curl.
Nice start to this end.
Just you take it.
Nice rock, full 8 on the center line. They're looking for a tight center, good corner, albeit a little close to the rings for Team Quebec.
Yep. Hard, Brandon. Hard all the way.
Oh, yeah.
Far as it'll go. Right up. Trying to keep it going, Jamie should be helping him on that one. Yeah.
Daniel Elie throwing the lead stones. His favorite show is 2.5 Men, which is what we used to call Gerald Shimko and Brad Height when they played together. Both giants, so they made it look like at least 2.5 guys. Crushing hard on this one, trying to hold the line, squeak the guard. That's just a great sweep. Unable to get the roll behind the guard, but a very well executed shot. One thing, this Team Quebec, they've got some brushing.
Control? Yeah. And just board.
Indication is board weight here. Jamie Steeves looking to play the intern hit, would love to roll behind the center guard.
Heavy board. Yep. Hard line. Really hard. Hard line. Hard.
This is a spot where we've seen some curl. They're trying to fight to hold it. They're going to fracture the guard. Philippe's sweeping the wrong rock.
How many rocks we got? Yeah, that's 5, yeah.
I think that was going to go out of play on its own. He could have swept the red, but turns out Philippe knows a lot more than I do. Due to the 5 rock rule, that rock has to be replaced.
I'm looking for it. You can help me out.
Trying to figure out where it was. That's a hard part when you take these guards off by mistake and the non-offending team gets to put it back. It's hard without, say, a TV replay to know exactly where to do it, but it's a gentleman's game, and both teams agreed that that's pretty much where it was. Good chance now for Quebec with the hammer. They're already lying 1. Philippe's going to try to throw staggered guards here.
Well enough. D-line, back 4.
Yep.
Yes. Back 4.
Hard that. Hard.
Big scrub. This rock looks like the weight's okay, but again, this spot really curls. It could look heavy. It would have been perfect for a little tap and roll. Steady rolls back, button off the guard. Chance here, you can hit and roll in. You can play the double. I think probably the more prudent play is the hit and roll underneath the guard or towards the guard. If you ever miss the double and Team Quebec loops another one around, you'll be chasing.
Weight's good. Easy. Close. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Nice shot, Jamie.
Really nice shot there. Does not fully bury behind the guard, which is a plus, because now that red rock is accessible for the Yukon. Be able to tap it up and promote it. That's just a brilliant curling shot. Shout out to Russ Howard, who likes to use brilliant from time to time. Very fast pace to this game. Out-turn freeze attempt here. Really good looking shot. If the weight's right, the line looks very good. This difficult shot, trying to freeze to one that's already just a quarter buried. Pretty good result. They would have liked to curl maybe another inch or two, but that's being pretty nitpicky. That's a good spot if you're Team Quebec.
What do you like? I can't hear a word you're saying. I don't mind going around.
Ray's going to come down here, have a little chat.
You think you're going here?
I don't mind going around.
Good, yeah.
Guard's not bad either.
Just, they're on the same page. They want to play the out-turn draw. It's just deciding how deep they want it. They could corner freeze to the rock that Quebec just threw, or they could be a hair short. Basically, you don't want to be deep. You don't want to just chip off of that yellow stone that might present the opportunity for Quebec to play a double and lie 3, which would be less than ideal if you're the Yukon.
Whoa. It's fine. It's good.
That ends up in a good spot in terms of that's where they wanted it, but if Team Quebec can make this in-turn draw, the only problem with that red one is it tucks slightly underneath the red center. I'm not sure they're going to be able to make the straight back or not. Probably over curled by about 2-3 inches. Both teams really have had control of their draw weight so far, but this one's going to need some work for sure. This is a fresher path. Probably a hair of fresh pebble that it just caught over curled. Definitely took away the run back though. Those reds are definitely staggered now.
Yep.
Bit fresher out here, probably?
A little bit.
Now they're going out even wider for Brandon's draw here. Brandon's second time here.
4.
Favorite curler, Johnny Moe. Johnny Moe would be my pick with Rachel Holman to win the mixed doubles.
All there.
Yep.
Just line.
Johnny lost the semifinals of the men's playing with Kevin Cooey. Rachel had a very disappointing week in the ladies, but I don't think you want any part of that team in the mixed doubles.
Gotta be full 4.
Some great teams going to be in that event, and also some great teams not playing. Defending champions of Canada, Brad Gushu and Kerry Anderson are not able to play together because Brad won the men's. Gallant and Peterman are both going to represent us in the 4 rock curling. They would have been a threat. They're not there. Not sure if Don and Mike were going to play together or not. Definitely Brent Lang has lost his partner, Jennifer Jones. Bram Mier played with Mark Nichols, so quite a bit of shake-up in the mixed doubles. I'm setting early odds on Johnny Moe and Rachel to win that one. In-turn run back here. Opportunity for a raised double. Just want to hit this rock right into the crotch. Might be able to kill both reds. That is a wicked curling shot. Great line call. We're not giving out the blanket this game, the Everest blanket that is so coveted amongst all of the players, mostly the female players, because the guys don't curl up in blankets on their own very often. But what a brilliant shot there by Danny. Quebec now lying 3 buried.
Not a bad idea. Even if we can get it right here, if they try that again, they might kill. They might stick, right?
I didn't know all this time the secret to playing great curling was wearing a headband or a bandana. I'm going to have to try that in my Thursday night
I
league.
think they can run that back, make it rid of some. But then they're just going to put one right back in there.
Do you want to call time?
Or
Or do we just drop? Or do we just drop?
I don't know. Let's make up a decision here. I want to run. It's dead straight, eh?
Yeah.
This is a really tough spot if you're the Yukon right now. It's one thing to have to play this run back. It's probably about a 15-footer, but on top of that, you're running yellow onto yellow, which is never a great position to be in. They could make a raised double, hopefully kill the one that they're raising back as well. even if they do, there'll still be an opportunity for Philippe to draw around and lie too buried. They probably have to make that same run back again, albeit with their own stone this time. Dustin Mickelson, as I said, 3 times he's played in this Everest Canadian Curling Club Championship. Facing a bit of a mess here in the second end. Leading 1-0.
What are you doing?
Overcurled. My bad.
That was a tough line call. He's not happy with his third, but that was a great throw. It just over-curled. It probably curled up a little more than what they thought. Now they're really in trouble. Philippe, he's experienced enough. I mean, the only thing he can't do here is be heavy. But the main goal here is the only out for the Yukon is this run back that they just tried. So he needs to bury some of his yellow underneath that red to take it away. So this, in a perfect world, you could throw this right, bite the 12-foot behind the red. But it's, again, it's not as much about the weight here as taking away this run back. It's a line shot. Deeper he comes, the easier the shot is, or at least the more upside there is for the Yukon. So if he could place this anywhere, it'd be full 12-foot buried around the red guard.
Get this.
Top 4. Line's good. Top 12. Yep, line. Yep.
Have to get by the guard, and they are scrumming it hard to do so. Looks like they have, again, great brushing on this team. Now they need it to sit down. Absolutely has to sit. It's a good curling shot, but it does, because it bounced off, the target is very big. You could play the same run back, or you could play the come around. You might be able to play a little chap and lie, we called it back in the day, although I don't think you can do any better than third shot, potentially. So if you make this little sort of tap and roll, I think you're giving up 2. And Philippe might have an actual draw with his intern being left-handed for 3. So I don't know. I'm a bit of a gambler by nature. I'd probably play the run back myself, but I understand why he's playing this. I just think the best he can do here is third shot. And the odds are he could throw a very good curling shot here and just tap the yellow and roll in the open, and it could be an open hit for 5. So I like the run back instead. Beauty is Randy's not here to disagree with me. This is going to take a serious scrub.
All right, you guys.
Light and tight.
Roll it off. Block that path. Keep going. Keep going.
Yeah, it's unfortunate there for Dustin. I think the run back, he was so close first time he threw the run back. I think I would have taken it on again. Now a huge opportunity's already capitalized. They've got 4 for sure. Need to throw this rock anywhere in the rings to score a 5 ball. Philippe's favorite curler is anyone that beats my brother, which is odd. I thought his brother was a pretty decent guy. Obviously, Philippe doesn't think so.
Line's good.
Really nice weight here. No mistake. Well judged by the guys. And at the end of 2, a huge end. for Quebec. They take a 5-1 lead heading to the third. Uphill battle now for the Yukon. Just a couple of unfortunate misses at the end there. Quebec able to capitalize. As we get ready to play the third here, I can tell you the Saskatchewan men open with a 3-ender. Lead team Nunavut 3-0. PI men with a steal take a 2-0 lead over Alberta.
Up, 4 down.
New Brunswick ladies, after blanking the first, they score 3 to take a 3-0 lead against Nova Scotia. Yukon 2-0 up on Ontario after 2. Took one, stole one.
That's fine.
And BC replied with a single. They're tied at 1. Taking on the Northwest Territories. Territories with the hammer in the third. That's a really good shot to start the end. It may seem insignificant, but you just put 5 up on the board. The last thing you'd want to do is just hang a high guard or a gross over curl like Ben Hebert's in turn. So that is a very good draw to the 4-foot.
2, 3.
Perfect spot if you're Team Quebec.
Just stay down. 2, 2.
Still lots of time in this game. 6 ends left, 5 rock rule. Yukon try to get some corner guard action going here. See if they can reply with at least a deuce. Claw their way back into this one.
Phil.
Même way.
Même ligne. On est un peu plus large, pardon. À cœur moins, fait que ça doit être un peu fort.
On est top 8. Freeze that.
Ah, 2 belles down.
They really like that. Some teams would have thrown a tight guard there. They wanted that exactly where he threw it.
Stack control.
This is interesting here. Randy and I have been talking a lot about this type of situation. They're going to throw control weight where I think you can accomplish the same thing with just a heavy draw. You absolutely have to save your red rock in this situation. And the less weight you have, the better opportunity to do so. Russ Howard would be the first to tell you that. Russ is such a proponent of just keeping your weight down so you can control it with the sweepers. He's able to chip those 2 yellows off of the 4-foot, which is great. But again,
I'm not going to go too aggressive.
Shooter's gone.
I'm not going crazy.
So I think the lesson learned there is to probably throw a little bit less weight. Make sure that you save your red one. Kids at home, write that down. I don't have a lot of good tips, but that's one of them.
Got Kings. Top 8, top 4.
Mark Dugas, intern draw here. We want to put this into the 4-foot. They would love to peel that corner, but they can't yet with the 5 rock rule. Not sure if Mark's married or a bachelor, but if he is married, I hope his wife likes sports. His favorite TV show is NFL football and the Golf Channel, and his favorite movies are any sports movie. So he's aggressively into athletics for sure. So either his wife, they need 2 TVs, or she better like sports.
Control here.
Or he's like me, he's just a single dude that gets to sit on the couch and watch NFL football all Sunday. Again, you're down 5-1 here. They're throwing a hit. You don't ever want to be hitting in this situation. I would just play way less weight. And an unfortunate miss here for Jamie, just a hair full. And now this allows the opportunity for Quebec to peel the guard. It's really the only dangerous stone in play right now, so they want to peel this off, lose a shooter. Pretty clean throw there. These Quebec guys look very good. I think they're going to be a tough team to beat at the end of the week. If they win this game, they would be 3-1. Probably need one more to lock up a playoff spot for sure. And I'm by no means giving them this game. That's not my point. But I think if these guys get into the playoffs, which I predict they will, they're going to be a very difficult team to knock out of this competition. The Manitoba guys look great. Team Ontario is a very good team. I have yet to really see Alberta. I mean, I know Alberta men's is not that hard a province to win because Randy won it so many times, but I think it's harder to win at the club level.
Yeah, make a curl.
It's good weight, just way out there.
Yeah, it just.
See, to my point though earlier, like they missed the shot they called there, and that's fine. But his weight was good. They called for a draw. So even though they didn't make the shot they're looking for, now Quebec still has to deal with that red stone. So when you're trailing in games, just try to keep your weight under control, a bunch of draws, bunch of taps. Like your main goal is to keep your rocks in play. It's harder to do so the harder you throw them. Quebec going to play the out-turn run back. Danny Duchamp. See, if they didn't tell me how to pronounce that, I'd be calling them Deschamps. So I'm happy for the pregame talk with Philippe. Really nice throw there by Danny. They now lie 4. I don't even really know what you do in this situation if you're the Yukon. You've got no guards. Maybe tap the center one back. Try to create a pocket, little wall behind the tee line. Be pretty easy to deal with maybe on this first one, but then your next rock, you might be able to freeze back into the pocket. He's going to switch up and play the hit and roll. I understand his thinking, but again, I don't know if I want to be hitting when I'm down 5-1. Not gonna lie to you, I'm a guy who's got some experience being down 5-1, so. Actually rolls to a pretty decent spot, although I think he's gonna be 4th shot, so I might take back my previous statement. There's really no way to bring that red one back into play due to the fact it's just behind that yellow. So Philippe's not worried about it at all. He could throw a tight center. He could throw a tap. The one thing he does not want to do is create any form of pocket that the Yukon can freeze into. Danny and their 5th, Simon, both big fans of How I Met Your Mother. So on Tuesday nights, they get together, watch a live stream of that. It's not live, but a stream of that on Netflix.
Good guys.
Pretty good spot right now if you're Quebec. Obviously, you have the lead, but there's no corner guards in play here. No guards, period. Yukon's freezing or tapping rocks. They're in front of the tee line. It's going to be tough for them to generate a deuce here. I think Quebec would love a force. Get the hammer back 3 up. Playing the even ends. Really nice weight there. Just clipped off of the yellow, so that rock is fully accessible now for Philippe to make a play on. I'd like to give a shout out to Mark Duffy of Everest. I met Mark yesterday for the first time, and all this guy cares about is only thought. We're just sitting at the table earlier today trying to find ways to enhance not only this event, but just the whole experience for the club curler. He's got a great team of people around him, curling ambassadors like Randy Furby, Jennifer Jones, and Cheryl Bernard. Not only great curlers, but great people who love to give back to our sport. So I'd really like to thank Mark for everything he does with Everest to help out this sport at the grassroots level and just grow the game and just make it such a valuable experience for the players. This one's curling a bit, but he's going to get away with it. Just clipped off his own, and now there's really nowhere for the Yukon to hide. They could draw around these two yellows. It's dangerous though. You don't make it. You're dead, and even if you do, it's a short little run back for Quebec. So he's looking to maybe run a triple here. It's not as easy a double as it looks. The rocks are side by side. He has to definitely you could crotch it, make it that way. Originally it looked like he was looking to make on the hit and roll a wing. Heard him say to Rays, just looking to get the middle open, and I don't blame him. He needs a way in, a way to score. They get their single, they're down 5-2. Maybe they get a force next end, and they can go to the second half, score 2 or 3 with the hammer and 5, get back in this game. It's not that they've really played that bad. It's just Quebec has made pretty much everything.
Whoa, ready. Line's good. For line! Whoa. Line! Hard! Oh, well. That's fine.
Pretty good throw. Like I said, that double was not nearly as easy as it looked. Unfortunately, for the Yukon, Quebec still lies 3. That's the bad news. The good news is the button's open. So Dustin will potentially have a shot to draw the button here to score. Right now he'd need full 4-foot. I think if I was Quebec here, I might get a little greedy and try to top up my rock on the 4-foot. Maybe a hair high side. Promote it on LaFour a little further, and then have my shooter more towards the center line just to tighten up that draw a little bit. You could also just throw this straight on the center line on the full 8-foot.
Like Jamie earlier, his foot slipped in the hack. That's why he went like reset. He got his foot like way up here and it slipped down.
Oh, really?
And he was walking around like he tweaked something. I was like, man, don't get hurt.
Don't get hurt.
So final shot here of the third end for Philippe Menard. Skip a Quebec. Line 3 up 5-1. Skating a little bit, I think. They haven't really laid a brush to it for weight. Looks pretty good, though. My opinion, that's basically perfect. I think if Dustin made the double, sort of the nose just high side double, he's going to lie like second or third shot. So he's forced him to a draw. And it's an even tougher draw because he's got to go out wider to draw around the one that Philippe just threw. So that's basically a perfect curling shot.
Yeah.
And this is basically the game on the line, already trailing 5-1, facing 4 counters from Quebec. Dustin Mickelson needs to get full 4-foot here to score a point.
Line's good.
House release.
Line's good. Where?
Curl. Tell him. Line's good.
Okay, then go. Line's fine.
Boys are working hard for weight on this one. The line is good.
Take a look, Jamie. Take
Don't have to worry about the line. That is a beautiful curling shot. Single on the board for Yukon. A game saver there by Dustin Mickelson. Come back for the 4th end. Quebec with the hammer leading 5-2 over the Yukon. Saskatchewan man out to a big start, up 6-0 over Nunavut.
Yeah.
Team BC has the hammer playing 4, but they trail 3-1 versus the Northwest Territories. New Brunswick, Nova Scotia ladies maritime battle. Teams tied at 3. They've traded 3-enders. New Brunswick has the hammer playing 4. Alberta men got 4, so they're down 2-1 right now to PEI. PEI has the hammer in the 4th end.
2.
Okay.
And a big score of 4 in the 3rd end
Just 2.
for Ontario. They take a 4-2 lead over the Yukon in a ladies game.
3.
Yeah, hard as far as I go. Get her to center. Okay.
Nice center guard there by Ray, trying to set up this end here. They'd love to steal. They'd settle for a force. Going to be hard to come back on these guys from Quebec, though.
Back 4. Back 4. Oh, T-line. No. Back 4. T-line. Top 4.
Really nice. They thought that might be sliding deeper. It actually stopped
Top 4.
just top 4. That's a perfect spot for that stone. It is buried right behind the guard. Dustin's got an option here for Ray to play this one just short, which is what I would do. He's going to opt to freeze instead, which is okay.
Top 12. Getting better.
Line looks really good. They're just going to sweep it for weight, I think.
Yep. No bump. No bump.
Not bumping.
A little bit. Yep. Oh.
Ends up in a very good spot. It's still accessible. It's about half buried. Just be able to promote that one if they can. Philippe recognizes that, so he's going to have them play. Have Daniel just try to cross the face of that one. It's going to be hard to do here, though. This looks like it's a little heavy. They're waiting for it, trying to slow down. Good audible at the end there by Philippe. He knew that if they clip that one, they're going to roll out in the open, set up a double. Able to just sneak by that one, which was not the intended call, but it worked out nicely. Quebec lies 2. Dustin's going to have Jamie try to come down here, freeze to this stone. Yukon's happy with how this end's going so far, though. They've got a center guard and then they're rocking the top 12, essentially acts as a center. Key here, you cannot be heavy. That's the one mistake we've seen, is a couple times hit and roll outs or just heavy draws. They'll come back to bite you. Another one here. Just going to chip that and roll away. Quebec continues to lie 2. Yukon still has the center though on that other red one, so they got some stuff happening this end. Philippe's going to have Mark just hit the open one here. Mark's favorite curler is Caitlin Laws. I'd like to congratulate KL off to her 3rd Olympic Games in a row. 2-time gold medalist, once in the ladies with Jennifer Jones when they went undefeated in 2014. She picked up a gold medal playing with John Morris in the 2018 games in the mixed doubles. Caitlin probably a nicer person than she is a good curler, and that's saying something because she has won everything. Interesting fun fact, Caitlin and John Morris born on the same day. I'm gonna guess somewhere around December the 13th, 15th, somewhere in there. I could probably Google it, but I'm not going to. Born on the same day, 10 years apart. Out-turn draw here for Brandon. They've carved it over for the line. This is a good-looking curling shot if they can drag it far enough.
Go, Ray.
Very good scrub by the guys. Got it just past the red. Didn't quite curl enough. They could have dragged that 2 more feet. That would have been absolutely perfect. That was a really good throw. But a makeable shot here now for Danny. Danny's favorite food, poutine, which is I think what Randy's doing right now, probably crushing some poutine. He's been talking about gravy the whole week.
No.
They're talking about the double. I don't think that accomplishes a whole bunch. Even if you make it, you're going to leave Quebec maybe lying a couple. Might be more apt to just try to tap up my red, the one that his broom's on right now. Just a short little tap freeze to the rock on the top 4. Try to shrink the scoring area. Your shooter actually might end up corner froze to the rock that Quebec just threw, so they won't be able to use that. And I think that's what he's gone to here. Hopefully they're going to play this with draw weight. This is not only a good offensive shot, it's a good setup shot as well.
Got a curl.
I think they're just throwing way more weight than I would have played.
Little down. Yep. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Not a bad result. It's definitely a rock that Philippe's going to have to deal with. It is wide open, though. I think he'd love to hit this right on the nose. I don't think you want to roll. If you're to roll corner frozen to the red, the problem with that is Dustin could then draw around what would be staggered guards and you'd have no run back. So I think you want to hit this on the nose and leave your rock fully accessible Obviously, wide's a disaster.
Clean.
Yep.
Hard done.
Yeah, that's a really good shot. Well-managed stone there. At no point in time were they playing the roll. Now it's a real tough spot if you're the Yukon. I think you have to draw around, have to hope that Quebec misses the run back, and then you're in business.
Too much ice. Yeah, no. A lot of ice for that shot. Can I get a pinch left?
Philippe and his brother played together a bit, quite often coached by Pierre Charette. Pierre, I believe, an 8-time provincial champion, 1-time Grand Slam champion, 2-time Brier runner-up. He was in the building the other night. He's coaching Team Tiranzoni now.
Kind of tight. Yeah.
2-time defending world champions.
God damn it.
Hard.
He'll be off to the Olympic Games, coach that team. This is just not Brandon's best throw.
Get it over and off, over and off.
Just sort of squashed that one a bit. Killed the weight in the line, and Quebec line 3 and throwing. A pretty good situation right now. I don't know if I'd tap that one. I love where it is. I like that little, just
because we're all missing shots.
Oh, I know I was going on.
And, yeah.
just draw beside this one. You don't have to. I just love where your yellow rock is in the top 12. Good little chat there with Brandon. Wants to just remind Dustin not to get too frustrated. They're playing a very good team. Everyone in Yukon's just struggling a little bit, and I could have taken this advice back when I was skipping, but everyone's trying their best and just try to be supportive. I think they are going to opt to play the tap.
Easy. Yes, hard down.
It's a great shot if you make it perfectly and you maintain the angle that you already had.
Okay, nice shot.
I mean, it's a very good curling shot, but at the same time, I do believe that the Yukon can get around that rock. They're going to call timeout. They can get around the rock that Danny just threw. They could get in for second shot for sure. And I don't think that Quebec would be able to play any kind of run back. So that might be the play.
You ever hit this?
I just don't love the hit.
That's what I'm thinking.
I don't know what the hit really accomplishes. They could also play the intern freeze or the intern draw around the works.
If we give them one at this point,
I would pick your poison. I'd play either the intern, outturn, draw.
Here.
A little late to be hitting now.
Yeah.
They're going to go out wide. This is a tough shot for multiple reasons. The most obvious being that Quebec's line 4. But this is also a fresh path. We haven't played here in quite a while, so there's going to be a bit of guesswork for not only Dustin throwing the stone, but the sweepers as well. Maybe even Brandon in the house trying to call a line. Very difficult stone here.
Got your shirt on or what? Got your shirt on or what? Cuffs hanging way out.
First rock of the fourth end here for Dustin Mickelson.
Look at him, tell me if I need to sweep.
Looking to play the intern freeze. Real tight for line right now.
Heavy, little heavy. Go, go, go.
Can't get it by red.
Coming down.
Hard.
Now they lost this one.
Hard, guys. Hard. Bump that red if you can.
Light.
Die, just die.
That was an extremely tough shot again. Like, they didn't really jump on that at all for weight. They thought if anything it might be heavy, and it ends up probably 8 feet light. And And that's not me criticizing the team. That's just how hard it is when you go into a fresh path. A lot of guesswork out there.
Yeah, he looked positive. How was his handle? I didn't know.
Big opportunity now. Quebec leading 5-2 with the hammer. They're already lying 4. Key here is just can't be heavy.
What if we ever knocked ours? Because what are we around?
I mean, you'd love to come in here, be lying 5. But I think it's more important to block the path for the Yukon here. They're still going to have the out-turn draw. It's extremely difficult. Perfect world, you just barely outcount that red rock and lie the 5. Don't want to be heavy, which my early guess would be this doesn't need a ton of sweeping, but the last one really slowed down here, so I think this will as well. Now they want to hit it hard, I think, for weights. It was a really good throw. Unfortunately, in my opinion, that overcurled and does allow an out now for the Yukon. Philippe would have loved, as soon as that wasn't going to make it, you probably want to stop sweeping and have it be wide open. Therefore, if they do make this come around, you'd have a run back. Dustin, he can now draw around the rock that Philippe just threw, even draw around the rock that is in the top of the 4. He can get shot rock, probably half buried, maybe even fully buried. This, it looks like it just absolutely sinks at the end if you have the right weight. Again, hard part, he just threw this, but now Philippe's throwing one there, so is it that much quicker than what he just threw? He's gonna have to make the adjustment, and this is extremely difficult. Not to mention the game is on the line, because if he misses this shot, they're down at least 9-2, and that'll be the ball game. So a huge rock here. Final stone, 4th end. Yukon skip, Dustin Mickelson.
How much handle?
Line's good. A little tight.
Still lightly. Yeah, I gotta go, guys.
Okay, go then.
Sweepers are on it early. The line's holding up. It just, they got to drag it for weight. Don't think it's going to get there. Trying, though.
Hard, you guys, all the way. Right up.
Tell you what, that was a very good throw. And great instincts by the sweepers to jump on it right away. And it's fine. He's only lying second shot with that, but he outcounted 3 of the other yellows, and this is not a gimme for Philippe. We've seen that this can curl. If he was to clip his top yellow, he'd be forced to a single. Same time, he can't be super wide and shave it, so a little more difficult than what it looks, but at Philippe's level, I expect him to be able to make this for at least 3. I think if he made it perfectly, get 4 or 5. So a chance to break this game wide open. Final rock, 4th end. Huge opportunity for Quebec. Yelled, hurried of his hand, but he really popped that wide at the end. See, this would be very interesting. Wow. That is what the kids call a disaster.
Yep.
Steal of 1, game-saving shot by Dustin. Huge mistake by Philippe. So at the end of 4, it's Quebec 5, Yukon 3. We'll be back for the second half of this game. Quebec with the hammer when we get back from commercial break.
Before there was ice, there was our hallway at home. I was always the shy, quiet kid who loved math. But when I saw math come alive in the geometry of the game, I found my passion and my voice. It's a game of precision, a game of inches. It's the equation that now defines who I am.
One might say I was born to overcome challenges. Two months premature, in and out of the hospital, and a heart condition. My parents call me their miracle baby. As with all survivors, I searched for my place in this world, and I found it here. This pebbled ice is where I battle now, and at only 12, I am already a 5-year veteran of this sport. I have my sights set on the Olympics. I will push hard to get there. The only size that matters in this sport is the size of your dreams.
Sweep! Sweep! Hurry! Hurry! Hard! Hurry hard! Hard! Hurry hard! 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 Yeah! Woo! We should really be curling.
This ice is everything. It's where I come to feel close to her, to feel whole. This building helped raise me when my mother no longer could. When I step on the ice, she steps with me. My dad is my rock. We're a team now, like the four of us when we step on the ice. People say that this isn't a contact sport, but that's not true. It contacts you where you need it the most.
Before there was ice, there was our hallway at home. I was always the shy, quiet kid who loved math. But when I saw math come alive in the geometry of the game,
Welcome back, curling fans. We are live at the Everest Canadian Curling Club Championships. We have Quebec versus the Yukon men's game. Quebec leading 5-3. They had a huge opportunity for those just tuning in last end for probably at least a 4 to have essentially end the game. Uncharacteristic miss from Philippe Menard. Ended up in a steal for the Yukon after a very nice shot by their skip, Dustin Mickelson. So that brings us to a 5-3 score. Quebec with the hammer. Normal circumstances, you'd love to be starting the fifth up 2 with the hammer. But that was really an opportunity to put this game to bed. So they're going to have to regroup a bit. And at the same time, the Yukon's probably going to have a little bit of pep in their step because game could have essentially, like I said, been over. And now they're right back in it. They'd love to steal or force here.
T-line back 4.
Oh, line's getting better. Line. Yes.
Hard, you guys. Hard. Hard all the way. Right up.
Nice draw here. Really good sweep by the boys. They just slide that one in for shot rock.
They need to be closer to the rock.
Similar shot to the first shot Daniel threw, or second shot he threw in the first end. He can maybe see half of this stone.
That felt like a Rob call.
Just gonna throw some lightweight here. Try to make a little tap.
T-line. Not even close to T-line. A Rob call. No.
Pretty decent attempts.
You want this right or?
Does leave a double here. Pretty simple one actually for the Yukon. Second stone, Jamie Steeves playing in his first Everest Curling Club Championship. Jamie's favorite player, Kevin Martin. Probably the best, not probably, easily the best men's curling resume of all time. 4-time Canadian champion. Only won 2 worlds. He threw one away, just handed one to Dave Murdoch one year. We bust Kevin's chops about that, but he doesn't love it. Kevin won 18 Grand Slams and obviously the Olympic silver medal and the Olympic gold medal. Just a great curler. Philippe's going to try to clear up the center here. He'd love to get rid of a couple of the reds. Open up the scoring area. Which he does. Very good shot. Rolls a shooter for a corner. Leaves one center guard, but it's extremely tight to the rings. So job done there by Marc Dugas.
Shot, Matt. Do that.
Jamie's going to play a little hit and roll here. Has to make sure he sticks around, and even if he does, I wouldn't be surprised if Philippe makes a play on that center guard anyway. I actually like them throwing another guard here or the come around.
Curl. Okay, we're nose.
Opportunity here for Mark. Play his out turn, hit and roll behind the corner. Quebec's happy with how this end's shaping up so far for sure. Didn't get the roll, but it's not a bad spot to leave a stone. Yukon's going to hit this one back, and I think if they do, there'll be a little crotch double opportunity to get rid of both reds. Clean up the center. I'd be tempted to, again, draw or just hit and roll away from this situation. If you nose it, I think that it should be a fairly simple shot to get rid of both of them for Quebec here. Don't have to worry about that. He's going to hit this fairly high. That's, again, it's a... I think it's a mistake by the thrower, obviously, but it's obviously, or it's not obviously, but it's also a bit of a strategy mistake as well. A chance now, like I said, for Quebec to clear off the center. Some teams would be happy with the straight peel. Philippe's actually going to have him throw a little bit less weight here. See if they can roll the shooter onto the rings.
No, I like Golden Boy.
Just love to roll this yellow anywhere over towards that corner guard, get away from the center line. That one got away from him a hair. He's actually going to roll away from the center line, but the old Ricky wrong side, but it works out very nice. Going center guard now.
Yeah.
Getting late in the end to generate a steal. Brennan Hagen.
Really positive, guys.
Throwing third stones here for the Yukon, his second time at the Everest Canadian Curling Club Championship.
Line's real good. 1-2. Just plowing it.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Boys had to work hard to get that one over. It's pretty high center guard. It's not the easiest peel because there's two yellows he can jam on. So Philippe's not even going to look at that. He can play the straight come around here. He's also looking at a split opportunity to get two yellows on the rings. I think he thinks that guard is high enough that anywhere Yukon put their rock behind it, he'd be able to chase it. So he's going to switch to offense here.
Yep. Yep. Oh, no sign. Oh, no.
Intern split, so just trying to chip the short yellow one onto the rings, maybe backline weight, back ring weight, cross the face with the shooter and get it on the rings as well. This is where your brushers can really make this shot. Wow, close attempt, and the weight, even though it's going to look bad because it goes through the rings here, it's going to stop. That was perfect weight for the shot. Just over curled. Quebec does lie one though. Like Dustin's thought process here though, he's going to ignore that rock in the back 12. Try to lob one around the guard here. Probably full eight's best. You don't want it all the way to the floor. I think it's just too easy for Philippe to chase.
Just like biting 8, eh? Huh? Bite 8? Yeah.
Yeah, good comment there by Brandon. Just a reminder, telling the skipper just to bite the 8-foot here. Again, you'd love to be in the 4-foot. The problem is that guard is so high that the deeper you go, the more room it gives Team Quebec to follow you down. Get caught up on some scores here. Nunavut men on the board, trailing Saskatchewan 6-1. Ontario stole one, so playing 5. They're up 5-2, actually in the 6th end, up 5-2 in the ladies' game against the Yukon. Northwest Territories women lead BC 3-2.
Hard, guys, go roll. Oh, come on.
This one's just dead short. No way to describe it otherwise. Just pulled the string on it. He knows that he's taking accountability, which it's unfortunate. Now a real chance for Quebec. They're lying 1. Philippe can come a little bit deeper with this one because there's a 2-guard situation. Harder to chase because he can maybe over curl. Saskatchewan actually just put a 3-ball up on the board, so they lead the Nunavut men 9-1. So that one's pretty much over. They just have to play the 6th end to make it official. Out-turn draw here for the lefty. Philippe Menard wants to just be full 8-foot, bite the 4. Lying 1 up 5-3. Had a chance to end the game last end.
Hard done. Hard done. Hard done. Hard done.
Might make the split by mistake here. Split. Didn't quite have the weight to chip the other one on. His weight was perfect for the come around. But an opportunity here now to sneak right back into this game. Dustin's going to play the out-turn draw around the works here. He could get this rock all the way to the button buried, and I think there'd be 2 run backs available, out-turn or an in-turn. We know Jean-Michel Menard, if he was throwing, he'd be playing the out-turn. I don't even know if he had an in-turn. Probably played 80–90% out-turns when he curled. 2006 prior champion, as I mentioned earlier. I was talking with him the other night. He says, I fixed my in-turn. I said, I don't think your in-turn was ever that bad. He's more comfortable throwing the out-turn. He was a great player. Final shot here in the 5th end for Dustin Mickelson. Good opportunity, set up a steal.
Do I have to go? Hard line! Line's good, line's good, line's good.
I think it's a matter of the weight right now. The line is perfect.
Go, go, go! Right up! Hard all the way! Right up! Come on.
Dead short. So now a chance for Philippe. He can just play the straight draw for 3. He can play the split for 4. If he doesn't throw, he's got 2. Needless to say, a good situation for Quebec. See if he tells the guys. Playing the split, I believe he said. He basically threw down this path on his last one. He's probably going to add 6 feet of weight. The one thing you don't want to do on this split is get too aggressive with the weight. Just in case it stays straight and you bump it, you don't want to bump it through. Or if you miss the rock you're trying to chip, you want to make sure your throwing stone stops in the 12-foot.
Nice push! Yep! Back! Whoa!
Trying to carve it over. This is very close. Great shot. So he rebounds after a costly miss last end. Quebec comes out, plays a great end here. They put 4 up on the board. Now heading to the 6th. They lead 9-3. Gonna have a substitution here. Quebec's gonna bring in their 5th player, Simon Deveau. I believe that's what's happening. Just saw him get up off the bench and start doing some jumping jacks and some stretching, so. Back in my day, if I got put in, instead of the stretching, I'd probably just do a quick shot at tequila to warm up. These guys are far more athletic nowadays. See who he's replaced, and it looks like Danielle. Danielle's going to come out of the game, make room for their fifth. I think it's great to get the players into the game. They're here all week. They're watching. They're putting in the time. They're probably scouting rocks and whatnot. So I think this is a great move by Team Quebec.
Take care of him.
Yep. Danielle's happy. He can come out of the game now and go grab himself a quick pint. Or in Quebec, they used to have those jumbo beers. Maybe snag one of those. His work is done for the day. Heading to the sixth end here. 6-point lead for Quebec.
9-5-4, c'est pour nous, je suis dans la maison, là, c'est petit line. 7-5-8. Ouais. 7-4.
Simon's favorite curler is Shannon Burchard. It's funny, a lot of the guys seem to have Shannon as their favorite player. Also a Habs fan, so nothing but respect there. If you're the Yukon now, it's a stretch to think you're going to come back and win the game, but I think you just want to play a really nice, solid end here. Make as many shots as you can, maybe score 2, or if you get a miss or 2 out of Quebec, maybe you can put a 3 up on the board. Again, it's not like they've played poorly. I really think, I said it at the start of the week, I think this Quebec team is going to be extremely difficult to beat. Out of all the teams I've seen so far, by far they have the best sweeping. And when your sweeping's that good, the way you can use the brushes to sort of joystick the rock down the rings, they're going to make a lot of those soft weight shots. They're going to be able to make more draws. So they lost a super tight one the other night to Ontario. Again, probably one of the pre-tournament favorites as well. But Quebec will do some damage in this event for sure. Nice corner guard thrown up there by Ray. Coming in off the bench, Cole Simon just lobbed one down in the forefoot. He'd love to replicate that on this one.
All the time.
Northwest Territories ladies just popped a 3. They're up 6-2 on BC. As we mentioned, the Saskatchewan man up 9-1 on Nunavut. Ladies game. Single scored in the 5th by Nova Scotia, but they trail New Brunswick 5-4. Alberta PI men tied at 3. 6th and PI with the hammer. And then all the way over on Sheet 6, it's Team Ontario ladies leading the Yukon 5-2. Yukon with the hammer. That's going to cost Ray a round of drinks right there.
That's a round.
Thing there with that shot, looks like it's just an awful curling shot because he hogged it, but that's not the case. He was trying to throw that like 1 foot over the hog line. It's not nearly as easy as it looks. If he just lobbed it down beside the other one, very easy double peel for Quebec, so it wasn't as bad as it appeared. Skinny little peel there made by Mark. Sort of scared that one out of play. Jamie's going to try the come around here with the intern. Nice guard set up by Ray. It's in a good spot for the draw here. This should finish once it crosses the center line. I think they actually, it's my bad, they went with the guard. I like that call. It's a good aggressive call to get 2 guards up there. Again, that's very hard to throw the second guard high because you're risking hogging the rock. Ended up with a little bit of angle here, so there is a chance for the double peel. This stage of the game, they'd be happy with the single, love the double peel, though this one he sort of crossfired a hair. That one looked like fired it hard enough. They were able to hold the line. Did make the double peel. The shooter stayed in play, but still a very good shot. Dustin's going to have him just throw this one short of the rings. They could even slip in the rings. Doesn't matter. Love to be buried. Gonna have to try to hold this one for line. Starting to break off the center line here. Good scrub by the guys, but it just clipped the back of that guard. The weight was perfect.
Slippery there.
Interesting call. You could peel the corner here. Instead, Philippe's going to have them. I think this is Danny throwing the rock. He's just going to rip this red one out of play if possible. Danny's favorite movie is The Wolf of Wall Street. I love that movie. Huge fan of Margot Robbie. I've actually asked her to play mixed doubles a few times, but she has also not returned any of my texts. It's unfortunate. Real opportunity for her she's not taking advantage of. Out-turn draw here for third stone, Brandon Hagen.
Yep.
They just kissed this guard the last time they tried to draw around it, and the boys are working hard again on the line. I think it's just short.
Well then,
Sort of been the theme of this game right now for the Yukon is a lot of light draws. Still a usable stone that Philippe's going to have to deal with. Looking to maybe make the double peel here. Again, I think they'd be happy to kill one of them. Got a little full on this one. I think we're gonna maybe pick out the back. That'd be a great shot if you're throwing red stones. Not as good when you're throwing yellow, but again, 9-3. If you're ever going to throw a rock like that, this is probably the time to do it. Danny's had a great game. Just got a little aggressive on the throw there, but I think anybody who's throwing peel weight with their out turn has missed wide once or twice in their day. Certainly know I have. Good chance now for Brandon. Bury this one around. Line's way better on this. Again, it's going to come down to the weight.
It looks all there, guys. It looks all there. Yep, both of you.
Good scrub by the boys.
Right up.
Using that inside sweeper, trying to carve this rock over. Nice weight as well.
A little better.
I think it's still a little bit accessible for Philippe.
That first one, I don't know what was going on there.
It's nice to see the Yukon. You know, they're losing right now. It happens, but they're still out there. They're laughing, having a good time. There's a national championship on the line here, and all these teams want to win it, but they also really appreciate being here. Very thankful for Everest, Curling Canada, putting on such a great event. Everyone at the Ottawa Hunt Club's done an amazing job. I want to give a shout out to my driver last night. I actually got back to the hotel. We pulled in the parking lot. I realized I'd forgotten my bag. It has my work computer in it, my iPad, a bunch of other stuff, and he said, don't worry about it. He rushed back to the club on his own, picked it up for me, dropped it off at the front desk, so I owe him beers for the rest of the week. Just a great committee of volunteers here. Truly professional event, and I'm very happy to be a part of it. Philippe trying to carve this one over. Just able to scare it out. That one looked more like one of his brother's interns, I would say. Philippe throws his intern way better than Jean-Michel. I heard Jean-Michel's listening, that's why I said that. But. Job done, killed the stone, but still an opportunity here for Dustin. He can sink one in around the guard here, maybe score a 2. I'm not sure if they'll continue playing or not. We have a final in the men's. Saskatchewan knocking off Nunavut.
No.
All our other games are still going on.
Oh, a little tight, little tight, little tight.
Yep.
Yeah, gotta go.
Out-turn draw attempt here for Dustin. I thought he was tight, but he sort of just fed it back enough. Plus, he's got enough weight on his own that they don't have to sweep it. So line is not going to be an issue. He actually just needs this rock to stop. That's the reason the line continued to hold, because it's definitely going to slide deep, but it's going to stop just full back 8 foot. Does the job, but it allows enough room for Philippe to come down and freeze to this thing.
We gotta stop taking it.
I know.
It seems like wherever we put the
Well,
glue down.
that's where we wanted it. It's just down there. It's only like that much off the rock we ever doing. Like,
Yeah, I know.
it just doesn't look right.
Now.
Final shot here in 6 for Quebec. Skip Philippe Menard looking to play his in-turn freeze. They're leading 9-3. You could just try to lob this buried if you needed to steal, but he doesn't. I think the safer shot is just to drag this right back to the red rock. You don't mind the force here. I think if they hold him to 1, we'd probably see handshakes. So if Philippe misses this, I'm going to kill him.
Backline encore. RD. RD, c'est long, finish it. RD. RD. RD.
Which he did. I thought we were friends, Philippe. Like, seriously. I honestly thought we were friends, but then you go and do that. Unbelievable. Obviously just a hair heavy. So an opportunity here. Put the rock anywhere in the rings for the Yukon. They can score a 2. Tighten the score to 9-5.
Give me a whole new...
We're back on tonight at 7:30. Finally get the opportunity to work with a great guest host after being stuck with Randy for most of the week. We're going to have Emma Miskew, the Olympian, the world champion, the 3-time Canadian champion, 11-time Grand Slam champion.
Oh, looks heavy.
She'll be playing, I believe, in the mixed doubles with Ryan Fry, so we'll be able to talk to her about that.
I think it's all there, Jamie.
This one's all there on its own, but it'll stop. So nice weight there by Dustin. Put 2 on the board.
Want to keep going, or?
Score is 9-5 after 6. They're just discussing if they want to keep going or not. I think they're going to play one more. I would definitely play because I want to punish for Philippe for what he just did to me. BC ladies put 2 on the board, but they still have an uphill battle. Trail the Territories 6-4, playing 7. Territories with the hammer. Mentioned the Saskatchewan men knocked off Nunavut 9-2. Tied up still. Alberta men, PI men 3-3. They're playing the 7th end. PI with the hammer. Ontario leads the Yukon in the ladies 5-3. Ontario with the hammer playing 7, so they're in a pretty good spot there. Our last game, big 2 in the 6 for the New Brunswick women. They lead 7-4 over Nova Scotia.
He'll get to 7. Okay, that's fine. It's good. Not by much, maybe 5 feet.
So Quebec in an extremely comfortable spot here. They're at 4 with the hammer. This is their 5th player, Simon Duval. DeVoe, that's my bad. Simon DeVoe, we brought him in off the bench. This is his 3rd rock of the game. Good opportunity for him to get in some reps here. I didn't notice whether they hand off the headband or if all 5 players have the headband. I'm not sure. I'll have to find out later. Actually, I can see the headbands being worn in the crowd right now. So, you know what? It's nice. They got a headband for everybody. I'm going to see if I can get one of those. Maybe get Philippe to sign it for me. I'll wear it the next time I play Jean-Michel. Maybe we'll meet in seniors one day, but I'm much older than him, so I don't know. I'm going to have to wait for a while. Out-turn come-around attempt here for Ray. It's not a 5th, but he is a late fill-in for this Team Yukon. This is his 2nd time playing in this championship. A lot of experience. Short of the rings, that's still a very good spot for that rock to end up. Right around the center line. Simon's going to try to draw around the works here. Skirt by his own yellow one he just threw. He'd love to throw this into the full 8-foot.
What's this song?
P9! Go forward! Okay, straight!
It's a really nice looking throw here. That's an excellent shot. Very well swept. Again, I'm going to be gushing over the Quebec sweeping because I was one of the worst sweepers that I know to play the game. That's why I skip for the most part. It's not that I was that good at throwing the last rock. It's just I was so bad at sweeping they made me skip. But I'm very impressed by this Quebec brushing. Like the call here from Dustin. It's going to go to the other side of the sheet. Opportunity to draw one in here into the 4-foot.
Kind of tight, I think. Yep. Huh? Gotta go, you're on this.
Going to switch the call here to the tap, maybe.
Yep. Whoa.
Yeah, it's not bad. Double peel attempt, though. Mark's going to whip one down here, try to go yellow onto the red. You lose his shooter, just clear up the center. If he makes this, it puts a Yukon in a tough spot to try to steal with no guards. No center guards, anyway. This looks very good. It's a great shot. Actually got a little unlucky. It jammed on the side there, but it does open up the center line, but leaves one rock covering some of the 4-foot for the Yukon. They could throw a center guard. They could draw around. Ray's going to go down, have a little chat with Dustin here. Thinking of calling timeout. They could use their Everest timeout if they choose to do so. I think they have plenty of time. Yeah, both teams are fine for time, so they're not too pressed. It's not a Kevin Cooey situation. I do all the games on YouTube, but we call it CooTube for Team Kevin Cooey. And man, do they play slow. I love them to death, but their average 8-inning game takes 2 hours and 40 minutes. I actually went to Kevin's place one time. We watched 60 minutes. It took him an hour and a half.
Okay, it's a little tight. Okay, just get it across center. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa.
I like that call. They could have drawn in, but decided to go with the center. Just create more action out front. You're trying to steal. I think that's a veteran call by Dustin there with Ray. Philippe's going to try the double peel. There's jam possibilities all over the place here. This one got away from Mark big time. They're actually going to hit the wrong side of this rock. No harm, no foul, though. He did make the peel, but he's laughing at himself. That's probably the worst throw he's had today. Again, you play enough, eventually that's going to happen. And it's not unlike golf. There's no pictures on the scorecard, so that goes down as a made shot.
Okay, got a curl.
Brandon's going to try to replace the center guard here.
Line's good, line's good.
I think we'll see another peel out of Team Quebec.
Whoa. Oh.
And it's late enough in the end that maybe the Yukon will decide to go in. This one's going to slide a hair deeper, but ends up right on the center line. Chance here for Danny Deschamps. My French is not very good, but I think he said throw it hard and try to kill as many Reds as possible. It's probably not a word for word translation, but very close. He's going to try to go red onto red. Roll his yellow shooter out of the way as well. Popped it out a little at the end. They're going to need this to curl a bit, I think. They haven't made any of the double peels, but you know what? They're making the single peels and still opening things up. So a lot of patience being exercised by the Yukon here. Some teams would go in. Dustin's going to throw up another center. He's going to wait to go in with his own stones.
A bit more. Yeah, a bit more.
Similar. Line's close.
Two. Hard, guys. Get it over.
Okay, that's good, you guys.
Perfectly placed stone there. This is almost like we're just on replay. Like this is the third or fourth center in a row and attempted double peel. This is a much harder one due to the separation. I think be happy just to peel one off here. Jam the double peel. I don't know if it really hurts them at all. If anything, it protects their yellow stone that's in the rings. I don't know. I think that's fine. I think the Yukon, it's time now that they have to go in, though. They're going to call their Everest timeout. This timeout brought to you by Everest, sponsor of the Canadian Curling Club Championships. Also the proud sponsor of the upcoming Canadian Men's and Ladies Seniors, which will be held in Sault Ste. Marie starting on Monday. Everest Curling Ambassador Cheryl Bernard will be representing Alberta in that playdown. I'd like to give a shout out to Lainey Peters. She'll play with Cheryl in that senior championship. She's the coach of Team Peterson down in the U.S. They won the U.S. Ladies Olympic Trials, so congratulations to Lainey. She'll be going to China. She's done an amazing job with that team. They are right in the medal hunt for sure. I believe they won the bronze medal last year at the Ladies World Championship in the bubble. They constantly qualify in the slams. They're an excellent team. Nina Roth used to skip the team, and Nina's a great player. She was away on mat leave. And when she came back, she decided to fill in at third because Tabitha was doing such a great job skipping, and they've just been electric for the last 2 years. So I wish them all the best. Be good to see Lainey and Cheryl and their team up there at the Sioux. So thank you to Everest. We're back to the action now. Judging by this ice, I'm guessing this is another center guard. I think I'd be going in myself right now. It's late. You're down. Like, steal a one's not going to do much. I'd like to steal two. Could be playing the top. I don't think it's enough ice for a draw. Could be, though.
Okay, pretty tight. Yep. Line's good. Yep. Yep. Can't hurt it. Yeah. Hard, guys.
Yeah, I think they were trying to tap. It's going to overcurl for sure. Just a hair light, if anything. I think I like the straight draw there. It's quite a bit easier than that tap. That was very difficult. And I don't know. If I'm Philippe, I think you have to draw. You don't love those red guards, but you're already lying one. If you make the double peel, which would be your best result, you're still going to allow them to draw around everything. So I like this call by Philippe. Still not going to forgive him what he did last stand. I'm going to chat with him after the game for sure. Essentially stole 15 to 20 minutes of my life.
I'm on field.
So an intern draw, doesn't want this one to be too deep. Probably bite the 8 foot. It's about as deep as he wants to go.
Line's good. Stop it. Don't do.
Guys are on it early. Probably think it's a hair light.
Line's good.
They like the line though.
Yeah, just stop doing.
Bit of an oversweep. Never needed it for line. That actually ran very straight. Philippe threw a good rock there. They probably just overswept it, but again, got out wide enough. Brand new path, just like the Yukon has run into a couple times coming down this way. So it's a guess for the weight there. And in this case, the sweepers guessed a little bit wrong. So a chance now for Dustin to hit and roll behind the world here. About 7 guards, 6 guards for him to roll behind. And if he gets it in there, I don't know, it's going to be very hard for Philippe to get out.
That was probably back 4, my last one, eh? Yeah.
Could be drawing. Yeah, he's going to draw. I heard him just say just T-line.
As long as we're buried.
Hit and rolls there. I like this, though. I think he can squeak by this red guard, and he's just got to keep it high enough that Philippe can't play the in-off using his own yellow.
Line's good. Yep.
Most of the game, the misses have been light for the Yukon.
Where are we? No. Both of you, come on, sweep it. Hard. Hard. What are you guys doing?
I don't think I'd blame the sweepers on that one. They were on that pretty early. Got caught in the path, so this ball game's essentially over. 2 points already on the board for Quebec. Philippe has a chance here to pad his stats. All he has to do is hit the paint, basically, and they score 3. They'll move their record to 3-1. Like I said, they're going to be a team to deal with in this championship. Yukon's going to fall to 1-3, so they're sort of in a do-or-die situation moving forward. They're going to have to win their last 2 round robin games, hope they advance through some form of tiebreaker.
Get blind!
Philippe putting the boys to work on this one. They're going to try to drag it by, but I don't know that they're going to. But that won't hurt him. Put 2 on the board for Quebec. Our final score, 11-5. Quebec, like I said, they moved to 3-1. We will be back tonight at 7:30 with our celebrity broadcaster, Emma Miskew. Thank you for tuning in, and we will be back in just under 2 hours here from the Ottawa Hunt Club, the Everest Canadian Curling Club Championships. This is Peter Stesky. I'm signing off, and we'll catch you tonight.
Is that it?